It is showtime, everybody. I hope we're having a fantastic Sunday. I don't know about you guys, but I know I am. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right. I got to stop shaking the camera. I get too excited. I start touching everything. All right. I hope everybody's doing good on this fantastic Sunday. Oh. All right. Getting ready. Got to shake it up. I know I should have done this before the live stream, but I'm doing it now. Chris Williams, welcome in. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? It's good to see you. How long am I going to keep up this accent? I don't know. Probably not very long. Probably not. I'm committing for now, though. It goes good. Oh, Chris, hold on. Hold on. I was supposed to do something. Oh. I think I'm supposed to make you mod, Chris. I cannot do it right this second, though. But how's everybody doing? Hope we're doing all right. Everyone's having a good Sunday. Wait for a few people to get in here, and then I will get this started. I already lost the accent. I tried my best. I couldn't keep it up. Sherry Ann, welcome in. How are you? All right. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Tanya, welcome in. Hello. Hope everyone's having a very nice Sunday. How's everybody's Sunday? What you guys been doing? Dazzler, welcome in. Michael, good to see you. I'm doing good. I haven't been up to too much this Sunday. I've been working on a new video for you guys that I'm excited about. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I think you guys are really gonna like it. So I'm happy with it. Very happy with it. But also I thought, while I'm at it, I might as well go ahead and prove I'm a true hot-blooded Texan, I guess. It's not true though. I'm from the city, but hey, I can dress the part, right? There's no harm in that. Chris says, just listening to YouTube and catching up on live streams and videos. Yeah. Gosh, if you miss a couple of days, I took a couple days off last week and I feel like I missed so much, unfortunately. So I'm still playing catch up as well. Kind of comes with the territory though, when you have to hide stuff. That's a Texas hat there. Yep. Good old Texas brim. Gotta love it. I want to open up a saloon. I think that would actually be pretty cool. Debunker saloon as like a prop, like a set. I think that would be pretty sick, actually. I'll consider it if I ever, make enough money to where we can have sets and stuff. I will consider it. Pinky, welcome in. Another mod. Pinky has been made a mod. And now that she's here, I'm probably going to bring this up. But memberships. We now are authorized to have memberships. What I said? Well, it's mostly due to work, but tonight it's due to Beardo and his 2-hour life. John, welcome in. Hello. But yes, we are able to have memberships now. Our members are called critical thinkers because that's just what I'm going with for now. I'm open to suggestion on that, but I like the name. And obviously no one needs to become a critical thinker. See what I did there? But as most of you already are, if you do want to become a member, it is Maiko. Thank you so much for becoming our first member. I cannot tell you how excited I am. Honestly, it means the world to me, Maiko. And honestly, I'm gonna remember that for a long time. So thank you a lot. And again, no need to become a member, but if you feel like supporting the channel, we do have memberships. I'm going to be doing a few extra videos on there kind of sporadically, as well as I'm going to be doing custom emotes. I'm going to be doing probably some members only lives in the future, as well as whatever other content I can think of. I will try to do it and make it extra special for the members. Now, Tanya, thank you so much. Wow. I honestly, it really means a lot to me. Thank you both so much. I can't thank you guys enough. But so the money got guys. Y'all are too nice. Y'all are actually gonna make me Maiko, thank you so much. I really wow, guys. I'm trying to get through telling you about the memberships. This is such an awesome problem to have and such a great community. I cannot thank you guys enough. Okay, get through the memberships, Mason. Tell people what it's about. All of the money right now for the foreseeable future goes to getting us, us being myself and investigator Bob, to more places for you guys to see us investigate. I think that's what people like the most. Hey, Fantastiques, Fantastique, Scared Little Raven, welcome in. I hope you guys are having a good night. But all of the money for now is going to go to getting better videos for you guys, which really at this point just means better locations. And if there is some kind of specialty, something that we need, I will let you guys know and make sure that we run all that by you. But that's what the money's going to. I think that's a good, a good cause for now. And I will keep you posted on that. But thank you guys so much. It means the world to me. Wow, honestly. Thank you so much. Michael! Wait, let me show the gifted. I got to thank all the gifted members now real fast. Maiko, thank you for becoming our first YouTube member. Wow. Wow, that means a lot. Thank you so much. Tanya, thank you. Thank you. Dazzler25, thank you guys so much. I mean, the support from the community has just been amazing. John Stoop, thank you. Thank you. Maiko, 5 gifted memberships. It really does mean the absolute world to me. So thank you again. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Wow. Thank you so much, Maiko. It means a lot. It really does. I'm going to have Pinky help me out with making custom emotes for everybody and all that good stuff. It's coming. It's in the works. Very new for memberships, but I will make sure you guys get a lot of awesome perks, behind the scenes stuff, as well as just some private videos that'll be members only and probably some live streams where we do the same thing. So on that note, the next thing I wanted to talk about real quick is the channel moving forward, what we're going to be doing. Sarah, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate you. Wow, thank you. John with 5 gift guys. Honestly, thank you guys so much. I don't even have the words. Let me put people on screen real fast. Thank you so much, Sarah. And thank you so much, John. I really can't tell you how appreciative I am. And we will put it to good use. Maybe we'll let the members figure out where we should go next or something. Or I'll pick like 3 places and you guys narrow it down from there. Because I want to make sure we get places where I can do a good investigation, but then let you guys decide. I think that'd be fun. Yeah, but just some other stuff like that I think would be amazing stuff. But again, wow, thank you so much to everybody who's became a member. It means the world to me. And I mean, it really just means so much. So thank you. Channel moving forward. Sorry, guys. I swear I'm going to get to what I'm saying, but this is a suffering from success at the moment. So thank you guys so much. What I am planning on doing going forward is a video will come out about once every 2 weeks. Mason, it's the hat. Thank you. We're going to have a new video about once every 2 weeks. It's going to be a little, it won't be exactly once every 2 weeks, but that's the time for me to create a video that I think you guys deserve, a video that is high quality, educational, and hopefully, you get a little bit of my personality and humor in it. And overall, I just want to make really good videos for you guys. And I think a week isn't quite enough time. I think 2 weeks is kind of that sweet spot for me, at least for now. If I'm able to kind of speed up that process, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. That's what I'm thinking. Now, videos coming out soon. I have one video that I'm working on that'll come out this week, hopefully earlier in the week. that's going to be covering a very interesting investigation I saw recently. So I'm excited to kind of dive into that and tell you more about it. It's coming out soon. And then my next video is going to be the Garnett House investigation video. We're getting real close with that video. I think it's going to be awesome. I have some stuff that I don't think anybody has ever done in an investigation that I think you guys are going to love. And it just gives you like a better experience on what it's like to be there in these places and that kind of thing that I think is really going to be neat. So very excited for that. And then I also want to shoot, what was it? The video after that is going to touch on a channel I've already covered, but something a little different. We're talking about a particular location of interest. I'm going to be vague for now, but it's going to be a lot of fun. That one will be a good video as well. All right, let me catch up with everybody here. Tanya says, I'm going to lurking. Need to do some laundry. Do all your laundry. Hope you have fun. I hate doing laundry. Pinky says, Sarah, welcome. John. Oh, that's Maiko saying John. Sorry, I read that backwards. Maiko. All right. Yeah, John, again, I can't thank you enough. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Figured it was a good time to break out the hat. All right. You know what? We'll talk about that too, Sarah. I'll talk some about new techniques. I want to talk about your video and your live stream that was associated with it because I really liked it. I thought you had some fantastic points. And not just from the debunking side in general, you know. But there will be some new stuff in there that I do not think you guys have seen. Dazzler, Scared Little Raven, Micah. Okay, so I think we've got all of the workshopping out of the way. The Violent Rook, welcome in. It's good to see you. Not everyone liked it, Sarah. That doesn't surprise me one bit, but I sure did. Yeah, let's go ahead and start talking about Sarah's stuff while I'm still sober for now. You know, I'm gonna start drinking apple juice pretty soon here. I think. Well, I kind of already am, but I'll start really hitting the apple juice hard here in a little bit. So, you know, Sarah put out a fantastic video covering a lot of criticisms that the debunkers get, as well as going over some of the common tropes that people throw out about gadgets and why they use them and that kind of thing. And I thought she had some very good points. I kind of wish I could go through them point by point. You know what? We might do that in a minute. I'm going to hold off for now. Yeah. You know what? That is what we're going to do after this. I'm going to go through the points and I'm going to give my take, and hopefully my takes are pretty good, but I really like that video. If you haven't checked out Sarah's channel, you need to. I think she has some excellent stuff, but that's what we'll do here in a second. Cause I don't want to sit here and like try to recreate it in my mind, because there's a lot of parts to it. Sarah, if that's fine with you, if we watch that video, I'll probably do that. That seems like the right way to go about this, I think. And then after that, we might do some. I want to do some like team review, like where you guys maybe give us a team, or you guys recommend some teams. I'll go take a look at them. Maybe we even grade them, put them into like a tier list. I think that could be fun. I hope nobody gets their feelings hurt, but you know, this is the internet. Somebody will, without a doubt. Okay. Now, here's the real question. Am I proven to be a Texan now? Or do I have to put everything on? I already took this off. Hold on. If you saw me on the street, would you think I'm from Texas? That's the question. What are we thinking? Pinky says apple juice is yummy. It's true. It's very, very true. No problem? Awesome. Then that's what we're going to do. All right. No, I totally look like a Texan. I look like a robber. Say y'all. I say y'all all the time. Do I have to do the accent? Is that what's holding me back? How about if you met me now? Hmm? I do not look like a robber. I look like a true-blooded Texan. I do not accept your criticism. I reject it. All right, we got 2 no's. Am I going to get a yes? LOL, I live in DFW and I don't dress like that. Yeah, I'm from DFW. And yeah, I know we don't dress like this. Nobody really does. Give us a yeehaw. All right, hold on. Let me gotta have the belt buckle. I've got it. Hold on. Let me back up a little. Let me back up here. Belt buckle. There we go. It's a littler belt buckle, but she's a nice little belt buckle. The only thing I've kind of messed up here is I'm rocking the Crocs. If you can see those bad boys, you know, I got to be a comfortable cowboy. Actually, surprisingly, most cowboys wear Crocs in the field. It's true. Yep. I say y'all all the time because of Crow. I'm English. Yeah, it's extremely common to say y'all throughout the Crocs. I'm unsubbing. You know what? All right, whatever. I can't believe that's all it took. I thought you guys liked it for me. Go to the rodeo grounds just up the road. I do want to go back to a rodeo. It's been a long time since I went to a rodeo, and I love them. They're fun. Dallas traffic is some of the worst on the planet. The Crocs give it away. Yep. Yeah. My voice screams suburbs, unfortunately. Denise, welcome in. Hello. I love my Crocs. They're so comfortable, guys. You can't knock the Crocs. Look, you can say they're ugly all day, but I don't care because they're so dang comfortable. But yeah, y'all is pretty much used throughout the States. It's not even like a country thing, I don't think, anymore. But yeah, I've noticed Beardo says it now. Sarah says it as well. So I'm glad it's catching on. I've picked up some of the terminology from the the British side of everybody as well. Like faker is a term I would never have said before. Y'all is a Midwest thing. Okay. All right. I don't know. I've heard some people up north say y'all as well. But I don't want to say I know everything because I don't. I don't know everything. Kenny Biddle knows everything. I don't. Don't tell him I said that. He'll get mad. All right. So let's get into the video, shall we? I think that could be fun. For anyone who is just joining, by the way, we do have memberships now officially. Woohoo! Oh, wait, I forgot to give you guys a yeehaw. But yeah, we do have memberships. Going forward, new videos are coming out every 2 weeks. That's the gist of what you missed. All right, awesome. You are our young Kenny. Oh, thank you. I can only hope to be as handsome as Kenny one day and as good at what I do. All right, let's try the yeehaw. Let me think about this. Sorry, I know my girlfriend's in the next room. She's got like a Bible study, so she might come in and yell at me. All right. Yeah. Oh, that was pretty good. I scared myself a little bit. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I spooked myself a little with that one. All right. Okay. Partner. I actually don't really say partner. I don't say it. Say Midwest Iowa. We got y'all's all the way up there. Pittsburgh area. Good. It's spreading like wildfire. My mic cut some of that out. Dang. That's a shame. That's a shame. It's probably for the best. Now she expects this of me, Raven. This won't surprise her one bit. Darling. I like Darlin. All right. I actually don't know how to use StreamYard that well, so we'll see how this works. This works out. Can I share my screen? Oh, let's pull up YouTube on the side here first, huh? How about that? I don't think you trust my Tina, welcome in. We're going to be looking at Fantastiques' recent video. I'm going to go through the main points and kind of just give my thoughts on it, because there were a lot of good points, but I don't want to like paraphrase, you know, or like try to remember them all, because I won't. There's no doubt I won't. Okay, let's see here. Welcome in, Tina. All right. Let's go Fantastique. If you haven't, please check out Fantastique. She's fan-freaking-tastic. All right. Videos. I think it makes sense to, yeah, the video has all of the different points in it. All right, we got that. Am I gonna have to take off the cowboy hat? I don't think my headphones are gonna fit around the cowboy hat. What do we think? Miss Kelly's welcome in. I have a feeling I don't have a choice here. I think I don't have a choice. Yes, please. Don't put a REM pod on it. Rook, you had me in the first half, and then you said REM pod. How could you say that in my chat? Okay. I need headphones, don't I? Let's go to settings. You know, for a software developer, I am so bad with regular computer tech. It's crazy. All right, we got to take that off. Sorry for the hat hair, everybody. Oh, I've got a nice line where that cowboy hat was totally messing my hair up. Ugh. I don't even know if I can fix this, you guys. I might have to end the stream now. Okay. I think that's better. All right. Can you guys still hear me okay? I noticed it said something. Let me know if you guys can hear me real fast. Well, I don't hear sound, so that's interesting. Yes, you can hear me? Okay, awesome. So the only question is, why don't I hear the audio? Sound output, oh, that's why. I forgot, I've got my other little headset in. Rookie mistake, guys, rookie mistake. Now I'm gonna hear it. All right. Now, can you guys hear it? Let's make sure the volume for that's okay. Yep, okay. Can you guys see it, though? Are you guys seeing me, or are you seeing the YouTube screen? Don't see it. Okay, gotcha. That's what I was thinking. Let's move myself there. And let's go and share my screen. Share. Boom. Oh, that was anticlimactic. Boom. There we go. And then I don't like being in this position. Can I move myself? Let me out. Let me out of here. Oh. All right. Well, I guess I'm down here in the bottom. Yay, image. Okay, cool. I want to go find the animations, because the animations are also a nice touch, by the way. I really liked those animations. And they're good, like, you know, like transition cards, if you will.
All the time.
All right. There we go.
Debunkers do not believe in the paranormal. Skepticism is key to understanding the world. We rely on facts, not fiction. And that's the truth.
Yep.
This is something that's said.
So, yeah, debunkers do not believe in the paranormal. Yeah, I agree with you, Sarah. Most of us do believe in the paranormal. I know some people like to say that, like, debunkers say they believe in the paranormal is like a cop-out so that they can, you know, critique easier and get less criticism for it. Hey, Problematic, welcome in. But I don't really see much of that, personally. Now... for me personally, I think trying to make sure I word it right. I believe in the paranormal. I have for a long time. I had experiences as a kid that I couldn't explain, even into my early adulthood years. When I was like 18, 19, I had some things I really couldn't explain. And, you know, as I've gotten into the debunking world, you know, when I finally opened my eyes and realized that Ghost Adventures and similar TV shows and everything you see on YouTube was not everything, but most of what I was seeing on YouTube was not true. I will say my belief in the paranormal is sliding backwards, you know, as time goes on. And I think more and more about how our memories can be easily changed over long periods of time, and how just like the lack of evidence, of any real evidence of the paranormal, I think is telling, especially in a day and age where we have all of this technology and tools at our disposal. Now, is it possible that none of our equipment can, you know, capture paranormal evidence? Yes, it's possible, but I think we also have to look at the likelihood of the paranormal. And you know, as I've gone on in my debunking journey and my critical thinking journey, my belief is actually going backwards, and I'm believing less and less. I still do believe, but it's entirely based on belief and not on, you know, evidence. And I think we need evidence to really say with any certainty that the paranormal is out there, and that evidence just hasn't shown up yet. Maybe it will, but it hasn't yet. And that's all I can say about that at the moment. All right. So let's move on to the next point. Well, let me recap. Let me catch up. Wow. No debunkers believe in the paranormal. We do not believe in the supernatural. Well, the TV show is fantastic. That's all I'll say. I love what you're preaching, brother. Sing it. Thank you. All right, cool. All right. Let's move on to the next point. Here we go.
YouTube no longer needs debunkers.
Yay! No more debunkers! Exactly! It's a new era! Hip hip hooray!
Indeed. Adventure time!
Yeah, I couldn't disagree more. I think it only gets worse on YouTube. I think while views might be down across the board for the bigger channels, I think there are still more fake channels than ever. And there's a real need to get the kind of, not just saying like, hey, you know, the paranormal isn't real. Like, that's not what we're saying. Well, the message that I try to get out in my videos is, hey, we need to think critically about the investigations people watch and make sure that the stuff they are doing holds up, right? For instance, like things like the REM pod and the spirit boxes, right? Like, so many teams that I see out there use these devices without like understanding the core principles behind them, and will shrug stuff off as like, oh yeah, it measures energy, it measures EMF. The problem is that, you know, we don't have anything to tie that to the paranormal or spirits, anything like that. And this kind of stuff is rampant on YouTube today. And I don't care that people use that kind of equipment. To each their own, all right? Like what you want to do is up to you, how you want to investigate. And if you're doing it for entertainment, more power to you. Have as much fun as you want. I hope it's an awesome experience. The problem is when you make YouTube videos about these, if you make YouTube content using these devices, I think it leads more and more people to use pseudoscience and these pseudoscientific devices over like true investigative techniques, which would be more like stuff the APRF does, stuff that Kenny does, and stuff that I'm trying to do. And that's kind of how I feel about it. And even outside of that, let's take away some of the gizmos and gadgets that I don't really agree with. The amount of just outright blatant fake content is sky high and getting even higher, because something I've noticed is like our videos, debunkers videos, they usually don't get outside of the community in a way that meaningfully, you know, that reaches people who need to hear it. I think most of you guys, and thank you guys so much for being here and watching our videos and supporting the debunkers. But you guys already know, you know, like, you know that a lot of the stuff you see out there isn't true, and you know how to think critically. And that's one half of the job, is to kind of, you know, making videos for you guys because I know you guys enjoy it and it's entertaining, and I love doing that. But the other half of what I want to do is to reach outside of the community and kind of grab some more people, maybe from, you know, Sam and Colby's fans or Twin Paranormal, whoever, right? And bring them into our community and be like, hey, look, there's a better way. There's a way to think more critically about what you're watching. And I just want to make sure that you have the knowledge you need to watch these videos. And so reaching outside of the community on YouTube is actually very difficult. And there's not a lot of videos that do it. I think a great example was the Sam and Colby, or not Sam and Colby, shoot. Why am I blanking so hard? It happened at the Conjuring house with the foot tapping noises. What are their names? Guys, can you help me out in chat here? I'm so bad with names. It's crazy. So bad with names. I'll catch up real fast while we wait. I believe in the belief of the paranormal. The belief is strong in humans. Yes. And you are completely entitled to your beliefs. And I believe myself. But I when I talk about this paranormal and why I believe it, it's always from a place of belief and not a place of evidence. Yeah. Problematic Biospirit says, I was a major skeptic when I was 16. I got more open-minded in my 20s again. I don't believe a lot of the mainstream stuff, but I still have a strange belief. Hey, and that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. We definitely need debunkers. Yep, absolutely. Rook says, I believe people watch the fake stuff in the same way they watch a horror movie. Somewhere they know it's fake. That's a good thing to bring up, Rook. There are a lot of people who watch these channels for entertainment, and that's perfectly fine. More power to you. If you enjoy their personalities, if you just enjoy watching it, that's completely on you. I only want to make sure that the people have all the tools they need to think critically about what they watch. And if we want to talk about, like, well, what are those tools? It's critical thinking skills. It's understanding that we don't necessarily know that these devices are proof of paranormal. And actually, I thought a funny example was in Beardo's recent video where he had the carrot and he brought the carrot out as a paranormal device. And the truth is, we have no more knowledge that a carrot might be able to show us proof of the paranormal as we do that a REM pod does. We do not have any difference between the two devices for paranormal use. because we don't know. We have no idea what can show proof of the paranormal. Fantastique. I prefer the word unexplained. The word paranormal is now synonymous with ghosts. And that's a good point, because we don't know that ghosts are people. We don't know if they're real spirits of dead humans. They could be a subconscious manifestation, some kind of mind thing. We have no clue. Yeah. All we know is that it is unexplained phenomena that people report. We can't even say for certain that the phenomena is out there yet. I hope in the future we can, but currently we can't. Some of the debunkers are a little mild. I've seen debunkers who don't even believe in intuition, let alone psychic abilities. Hey, and they don't have to. And I personally, as far as psychics go, I don't believe, because I've never seen any evidence that proves that they can do what they claim to do. Because if a psychic could do what a lot of them claim they can do, which is communicate directly with the spirit world, we would be able to set up tests and be able to devise different methods to prove without a shadow of a doubt that the paranormal is out there. The reason that it doesn't happen usually is because they fail those tests. A great example, CFI, Kenny Biddle does have I don't want to call it a contest, but he has a $500,000 reward for anyone who can prove that they truly have supernatural abilities. It could be any kind of supernatural ability, but psychics fall into that category. And time again, we've seen them fail. So, and I think he's just one of many that do that kind of thing. Sorry, I'm playing catch up, guys. So many people out there graduated with a degree in Dunning-Kruger science. Yeah. Kenny, welcome in. Cody and Satori, thank you, guys. Now I can get back to what I was saying about them. Yeah, Cody and Satori are an excellent example of when the debunking community's videos and their message can reach the general public audience. And it doesn't happen super often, but when it does, I think it brings a lot of fans of those channels to the debunking community and give them a look inside of what we're talking about with our ideas of critical thinking, of different investigative techniques and methods that do and do not work. And I think it's huge anytime something like that happens. Hopefully we see it, again in the future sometime soon. But usually, it takes something massive, and we haven't had anything like that lately. Okay. Yes, please go check out Fantastiques' channel. It's amazing. All right. Kenny says we can be skeptical and open-minded. Those are not mutually exclusive. And he's exactly right. So the way I go into an investigation, I know Kenny does this as well, is you have to leave your bias at the door. If you lean full skeptic, like I think Kenny does, or you're someone like me who's more in the middle, and I think, a lot of what we see is rubbish, and then, I still have that belief in the paranormal, I throw all of that out, and I try to literally blank slate my mind. So I go in unbiased. If something crazy, if some paranormal activity happened on one of my investigations, I would tell you about it. You'd be the first one to hear it from me, because I'm open to the idea. And I know Kenny is too. And a lot of people kind of forget that. And they think, I've even gotten some comments on my videos where they're like, well, why'd you go in just to debunk it? And I went, no, I went in to test the claim. And when I tested the claim, I found out I was able to debunk it, which is, I think, very different. Now, and even some people were like excited. They questioned why I would get excited when I'm able to debunk something. And the reason is because I love solving mysteries, right? And whether or not it's on the side of the paranormal solving the mystery, which is honestly very hard to do, impossible even, or I can debunk it and solve the mystery that way, I'm just happy to solve the mystery. And that's why I tend to get so excited. Let's see what Rick says. Paranormal Engineer, I'm enjoying the way you explain. Your tone is good and your pacing is working for me. Thank you. Rook, I really appreciate that. I will try to keep at it. I will try to keep at it. Wayne, welcome in. Welcome in. Wayne's World of Music is in the house. Yep, 500K Paranormal Challenge. Please, if you think you have any ability to communicate with the paranormal, hit Kenny up. I would love to see more videos. Kenny, is that video of the last contestant coming out soon? I know you had mentioned, I think, that it was coming soon, but I want to double check because I'm very excited to see you use the wand. All right. Let's see. Hellos. Yep, people think skeptics are overly negative when it's really not the case most of the time. Problematic Biospirit says, for me personally, the debunkers got me to think of the philosophical moral implications of someone faking. I never gave that aspect real thought before. Yeah, one of the first things I ask myself, and people, they investigate for a multitude of reasons, but something everyone should stop and think of is why, you need to think about motive. Motive is important in any investigation. Why would somebody lie to me? Why wouldn't they lie to me? You want to make sure you cover both sides, but always think about motive when you're investigating. Yeah. I'm open to it. I just usually have a lot more questions than the average ghost hunter. Yeah, it's the burden, the sliding scale of evidence it takes to convince you that the paranormal is out there. And you're on one end of the scale when a lot of others are, more middle, other side of the scale. Hail and thunderstorm. Oh, Pinky, I hope you're okay. Yeah, we're getting some bad weather. Ooh, I got to finish it up tomorrow. Okay, so that's coming soon. Candy, welcome in. Hello, everybody. All right, Sweet Goth, welcome in. All right. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoy the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. And now we actually have memberships, and we have had so many lovely people join the Critical Thinkers, which is what I'm calling our members for now. And honestly, it's been amazing. I'm just so thankful for you guys in the community that you've allowed me to join here. Okay, let's get on to the next point. I was on that point too long, wasn't I? All right. You can't say something isn't haunted without proof. Yeah, I think a lot of people have covered this, so I'll make it quick and dirty. But yeah, if you can say something is haunted without proof, then you absolutely can say something isn't haunted without proof. And I've been surprised by the amount of blowback on the debunkers for saying such things. I would have thought that location owners and, a lot of the broader paranormal community would at least make that connection. But yeah, so I think it does need to be said that, yeah, if you can say something is haunted, then you can say it isn't, and you don't need proof. And in reality, because of the nature of the paranormal, if you cannot prove without a shadow of a doubt, if you cannot rule out all of the mundane explanations, the more likely situation is that it's not haunted, right? Because there's so many natural explanations for what people consider paranormal. And as an investigator, you have to rule those out in order to make the claim that a location is haunted. And people don't do that. Violent Rook says, why would someone lie? Usually money related. Yes, there is a lot of money in the paranormal these days, and you cannot rule out money as a motivator. It's the world's greatest motivator, has been since the dawn of man, I think. Friday, welcome in. Guys, if you haven't seen it, I did a live stream with Friday last Wednesday, and it was tons of fun. Go check it out if you have some time later. It was very, very good. And he goes a lot more in depth with technical breakdowns than I'm able to, because honestly, I just don't know enough. And it was a great learning experience for me, honestly. It was a lot of fun. Very enjoyable. Okay. Laws from Oz, welcome in. Good to see everybody. Kenny says, if something can be asserted without evidence, it can be dismissed with evidence. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah. Absolutely. And I think, yeah, a lot of times we bring the evidence that the other side is lacking. I know autocorrect got you there, and you mean without, but I actually think it's an interesting point because usually I think when I say a place isn't haunted, I can bring at least a little evidence. For instance, like other explanations once I'm at the location and I can see, okay, this could explain that. And we'll never be certain that that's what it was, but you can usually kind of find natural explanations in the environment. Okay. I think that's good enough for that one, huh? Debunkers think teams who use apps and spirit boxes are always fake. This is one I want to touch on, actually, because I keep coming up with this idea and I keep doing a bad job of explaining it, or people just don't want to create a new box for teams. But I do kind of think, so obviously, teams that use apps and spirit boxes are not fake automatically. But we need another term for these middle ground teams that I think have good intentions. They want to investigate. They want to find proof of the paranormal, but they either use these kinds of devices to fill silence for YouTube videos, because a lot of times I see teams use GhostTube and similar apps to keep viewer retention, to keep people watching. And that, in my opinion, is not a good enough excuse, because if you're in it for proving the paranormal, then all that does is waste time that you could be spending actually investigating. That's my issue with that side of it. Now, there's a completely different side of it that still has good intentions, and they believe that these devices can provide proof of the paranormal. And that is where I think the job as debunkers, as critical thinkers, to spread the message that, hey, these devices at best are unproven, and at worst, a lot of times are completely faulty, based on really all of their ties to this supernatural realm are based on nothing. There's no evidence that says any of it's paranormal, right? And those are the teams I kind of want to reach out to and be like, hey, it's time to try something new, right? Because I think there is a middle ground here of teams. They are not fake. And I would say that they're real in what they're attempting to do, but they're going about it the wrong way. They're using devices that don't work. I will see what you guys have to say on that. I need some feedback on this before I make a video on it. Yeah, exactly, Kenny. I agree. Wayne says, what exactly makes a place haunted? Example, Steve's House of the Dead. Apart from himself, has it got a history of being haunted? Yeah, and even then, Wayne, time and time again, we see places with histories of hauntings going back sometimes even to the 1800s. I mean, I just watched the video that God, I can't remember. I'm so bad with names tonight. But I just watched a video going over the Bell Witch haunting, which takes place all the way in the 1800s, and it's kind of a load of rubbish, right? Not another way to put it, really. So even a history of haunting 200 years old doesn't necessarily mean that there's any substance to the story, which I find interesting. People more or less have been the same for a long time. So if people are willing to kind of spin narratives now, they sure did it back then as well, which is something we should keep in mind when we listen to these kinds of stories. Denise says naive and want the content. I don't want to say naive, Denise, and I'll tell you why. Because I think you're right, but I would just say they've been told, and they've seen it time and time again from other investigators. They've seen it in movies. They've seen it on TV. I don't think it's naive. I think it's just the content that reaches them. It's everything they know. Because you can have very, very bright people. Like Kenny's in chat right now. Kenny used to be a ghost hunter, and it's because you're told from a very early age in a lot of cases, and it's all you know, it's all you see. A lot of times we don't think that people will, deceive us, either intentionally or unintentionally. And so you can go a long, long time never knowing that these devices, they're not all they're cracked up to be, regardless of intelligence. It just kind of depends on your upbringing, how skeptical you are. It is very person to person. Yes, you can't prove anything through an app. I agree, Giselle. Okay. Hopefully I'm not falling too far behind the chat. I think it's possible the spirit boxes help some of them get into the paranormal zone. Like it helps them feel like a conduit to interact with spirits. The radio is just a popular tool for them. I'm not sure what you mean. I think I get it. I don't want to speak without fully understanding, though. Problematic. I have an app that will scramble an egg while it's still inside its shell. The app is called Mr. Popil, created by Weird Al Yankovic. I don't know, Rook. I'm sorry. That one went over my head. Friday says, any claim should have some form of logic and substantial data, and it must stand up to questioning and testing. Agree. 100% agree, Friday. On our side, there's a sunk cost fallacy. I think the use of devices to fill time could be an element of that. They spent a lot of money. They should get the use of it. That is such a good point, Sweetgoth. Sunk cost fallacy, right? The biggest place I see this today is with EVPs, all right? We can argue the legitimacy of them later, but people do not want to give up the idea that what they have captured on recordings is proof of spirit voices. And the reason is obvious, because I've done it too. You have to put on the headphones, sit there for 10 hours scrubbing through footage that has nothing in it, like nothing at all. And then you're listening for just any voice, and it is grueling work. And I think sunk cost fallacy plays such a big role in why people don't want to consider alternative explanations for EVPs. I think that's one of the big ones. That's a great point, Sweet God. Thank you for bringing that up. Fake, meaning someone is intentionally trying to deceive. More than not, people are misinformed and are ignorant of the available research that refutes their apps and spirit boxes. I agree. And those are the people I want to create a new box for. Because I think while they are not fake, they are not true investigators either, which is why I came up with the term pseudo-scientific investigators. They're attempting to investigate using the knowledge they have, but that knowledge is just based on really faulty logic and misinformation. So that's kind of the term I'm coining for that, at least for now. In reality, there are thousands of different devices, many that people use. I think it's in the mind, but beliefs and intent can affect the environment. You know what? I just had a conversation with somebody about this IRL, and it's interesting because there's no vehicle for your beliefs or your emotions to latch on to the environment. And this wasn't even related to the paranormal. This came up in a different situation, a different topic altogether. But the point is still the same. Like, if you think that your emotions and your mindset can lead to paranormal activity, or it can affect a physical location like a building, how exactly is that information stored? Because there's no evidence and there's no vehicle to store that kind of information. Yeah. Something to think about there. Pinky says, I'm a skeptical believer these days only because of personal experience, but I love to learn. Agree. And your personal experiences are your own. I've got my own, and I wouldn't take those from anybody, and I think nobody should. I also think locations offering up people's personal experiences can be faulty. We don't know the people or the circumstances in which they claim to have these experiences. Yeah, whenever people tell me personal anecdotal stories, I am more than happy to listen, and I will, if there are claims I can investigate, I will investigate them myself, but I will never hinge my word on a anecdotal story. Because, like you said, we know memories can be faulty. You can misremember things over long periods of time. There's so many factors that affect these kinds of stories. And I just don't think you can solely rely on anecdotal evidence when it comes to investigations. Steve's House of the Dead was crazy. I have not seen a place so loud. I cannot believe the neighbors put up with it. He has neighbors, right? It looked like a suburban neighborhood. Just really interesting. All right. Naive refers to a lack of experience, wisdom, or judgment, often characterized by being overly trusting, unsophisticated, or credulous. Okay, I think you're right, Kenny. I think with that definition, I think you can say naive, because I didn't want to say, I was kind of thinking it from the term unsophisticated only, but I think there are a lot of people who are overly trusting, and just they haven't gotten that good knowledge yet that we all fortunately have gotten to see in this community. Okay, scrolling a little bit, guys. Sorry. Joe, welcome in. I made a comment on someone's video on Facebook about their EVP. Came from a DR60, and it was the classic screaming sound. Yeah. Okay, yeah. The DR60. Oh, man. Look, more power to you if you're sitting on a gold mine of DR60s. What are they going for? Like $1,000 a pop? But yeah, they're terrible investigative tools. Really nothing to them. They've been debunked thoroughly, and there's really no excuse to use them. Sorry, I skipped over you, Friday. Oh, okay, I went too far. My bad. Tina, Sarah, a Ouija twister sounds like $1 million idea. A Ouija twister? Wait. Tell me more about that. What did I miss? I want to learn about a Ouija twister. Maybe I want to know less about a Ouija twister. Just kidding, Root. Okay, let's move on to the next point. I've been on this point for a minute. Yeah, I don't think they're always fake. I do think that there is a big difference, though, between true investigative techniques and what people who use pseudoscientific devices are doing. And it can become a real problem for the people who watch those channels, because they seem a lot more real than like the Sam and Colbys and the Twin Paranormals of the world, but they're still promoting pseudoscience. And people who watch and then decide to become investigators themselves will more than likely flock to those devices that they've seen them use and just kind of continue the cycle, right? And what we're trying to do is break people out of that cycle. Yeah. Okay. Sweetgoth, I would want to know what the creators of these devices believe. Do they actually believe when they make them, or do they know it's just a cash grab with people, or maybe both? Well, I can tell you from a software developer's perspective, and somebody who understands how they create these spirit apps, the developers absolutely know what they're doing. You cannot create apps like this without understanding exactly how they work. And they know that what they've done is not paranormal at all. The reason others don't know is because they don't have a thorough understanding of how these applications are designed and programmed. And that is totally normal. Like, most people do not understand, software development. They have no idea about coding languages, programming languages. They've got no ideas on the internals, and they shouldn't. Why would they? I had to go to school for like forever practically to learn that stuff. And that's why people outside of the software developer world, I think we give them the benefit of the doubt. But software developers who make these types of applications, without a doubt, know what they're doing. They just do. I'm sorry. They do. We're extremely diluted. Yeah, I think they know what they're doing, and I think they know there's a lot of money in it. Sorry. If they can make haunted dolls and dead bells, we can make a Ouija twister. Yeah, I want to see a mock-up. I think this is a good idea. Okay, next point. And then after this, we can just hang out. Take a little breather. I'm going to get heated. I can feel it already. I'm heating up. We start talking about the...
Other ways need to be...
They get my blood pumping. That's where I really, because I understand it. So I'm like, I know what you're doing, and it's not right. That's what always gets me. You cannot express yourself freely in this community. You totally can. You are more than welcome to come in here and go, Mason, you are so full of shit. I saw a poltergeist in my room, and you can never convince me otherwise. And I will not fight you on it. It's your story. Your stories are your own. I only debunk what gets put out there into the public. Okay. And even then, it's more about people who are using bad investigation techniques and who show evidence that is typically easily refutable. If you come on here and you tell your personal story about an experience you had, and it's clear you just want to tell your story, you're not doing it to prove the paranormal, right? I think that's kind of the line for me, at least. If you're going to try to prove to others that your experience was paranormal, then I think debunkers should be able to have a look at it and debunk it. But if you're just trying to tell a story and you say, look, I'm not saying this is 100%, or you just go into it with just wanting to speak your truth, I think in most cases, and again, that area is a little bit gray, so I don't want to say never, but that's not the kind of stuff that I want to debunk. I don't want to take people's, personal experiences from them like that. I don't think that's right. Now, one thing I will say though, and people who get away with this, kind of in this gray area, paranormal storytelling. Paranormal storytelling is blowing up and it's getting out of hand. There are massive creators. There are smaller creators who peddle stories and use terms like true story, real paranormal stories, real journalism, and provide absolutely zero evidence that isn't anecdotal. And that drives me crazy. Also, they tend to, if they talk about the skeptical side, they quickly dismiss it. They do not give an accurate representation of, okay, this is the paranormal story, and here's the skeptic's point of view. Most of the time, they downplay the skeptical aspect of the story and they frame everything as paranormal because it makes for a better story and for better storytelling. And I think you'd be surprised at the amount of people who believe that the stories they hear, right? Because they're not even showing you physical evidence. These are stories. They believe they're 100% true. It's just, it is maybe as big a problem now as investigation channels themselves. And they don't get much criticism at all, even in this community. I'm kind of a guy on the outside as far as this perspective goes. I know that, and you can disagree with me, and we can talk about it. I'm sure there are people who disagree with me, and I just haven't gotten the comments yet. But one of the big problems I've seen in this regard is Peter Laws. I've debunked one of his videos already, going over Skinwalker Ranch, where he did not provide any evidence for the claims he was making. And if you look at his bio, he claims to provide real paranormal stories of real people told by a real journalist, right? And I think, especially with Peter, the term real journalist is kind of the key, because as a journalist, I would expect more, I think. A better evidence, better unbiased reporting, I think, is the right term. Anyways, I'll stop there now, and I'll read the comments so we can talk about it a little bit. But yeah, that has been kind of growing. Yeah, they do market. So for ghost apps, they market them as entertainment only. That's true. And if you go to their website, they plaster it everywhere on their website. The thing is, they know that nobody's going there. They know that people go to the App Store, they click download, and they never check the website. Rook says, if I paint my Jeep like a Ouija board, I am opening up a portal for my truck because something akin to Herbie the Love Bug, because I do it. Please advise. I have no advice. I'm not even sure I understood that, Rook. But if I have to give advice, I would say don't go in the truck. There you go. I know somebody who used to make the apps and some devices, and he knew they didn't work. Dumb enough to believe, dumb enough for me to take their money. Yeah, I disagree, because I don't think that these people are dumb. I think they're misinformed. And that's why it is wrong. Without a doubt, it is wrong. Even if you were taking money from people who were, dumb, it would still be wrong. But I think he's wrong even in that regard. Yeah. I would buy a Ouija twister. I'm just too fat to play it. Kenny, that's not true. We've all seen you table tipping. You've still got it. You've still got it. Fantastiques says, the paranormal has always been a cash grab back to the 1800s. Yep. Mason, you are full of shit. That's all. Just wanted to say it. Okay, all right. You caught me. Hey, Rook. Hey, I'll see you later. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate you. Occasionally I am full of shit, and I don't mind being called out on it. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. I once saw a ghost in my pajamas. What the goat was doing wearing my pajamas, I shall never know. Oh, okay, so the ghost was actually in your pajamas. Interesting. Huh. Kenny says, I don't necessarily want to debunk. I want to find the truth. Sure, that often debunks paranormal claims, but solving the mystery is what I find so exciting. Yeah, I have to agree. I don't know if Scooby-Doo got me from a young age or what, but solving mysteries is just such an enjoyable experience, regardless of what the truth ends up being. I'm happy to accept it one way or the other. Okay, Friday says, I love the stories that are based on a real event, and then the only thing that was real was someone's name. The rest is Hollywood. Yeah, we see it now more than ever with what's coming out about the Warrens and how every story they ever told is being unraveled in real time, and there are hundreds of channels, calling them out and showing that the whole thing is one big, hoax. That's what it is, and I think we're going to see even more of that. The problem is that for a lot of the stories I'm seeing on YouTube today, we don't even have enough evidence to go on to figure out if it's a hoax or not. Like a lot of these paranormal stories hide behind anonymity. And I think if you're going the route of using anonymity, it does open you up to be debunked. And one of the reasons I think it's okay is because it isn't at the end of the day coming back on the anonymous individuals. And that is up to them. If they want to remain anonymous and still tell their story, by all means, they completely can. But they have to be ready for criticism that comes along with that when people can't check their work. And that's kind of how I think about it. I have my own experiences, but I'm interested in the stories as a cultural analyst, how they are created and listened to. Absolutely. And I love the stories as much as the next guy. They are fantastic. And even Peter Laws, right? Like, I have my disagreements about his methods, but there's no doubt that he is a fan-freaking-tastic creator and probably the best paranormal storyteller on YouTube today. My problem is the use of the terms real and journalism. That's the problem. That's where you take it from entertainment value to trying to spin it as legitimate. And that's where I kind of start to take issue without necessarily backing up your claims. Pedals says, my favorite storyteller reporter is Mike from that chapter. I haven't heard of that one. I'll have to look that up, Pedals. Also, welcome in if I did not say hello to you earlier. Mike O says, I express myself freely. Yeah, and nobody should stop you or tell you otherwise. You can come in here and say whatever you want. Let's see. BRB. Yeah, I am very curious on why that ghost was wearing your pajamas. Sweet God says, like putting a not intended to treat or cure FDA disclaimer on supplements. Grifters still market them as that. And it's the same with the devices. Yep, it's very similar to the supplements market where there's no regulation. And because there's no regulation, you have all kinds of shady characters who come out of the woodwork to try to profit off of it. Opening a portal would be great for the gas prices, especially right now. I don't know how it is for you guys, but it's over $4 in Texas, which is noticeable. And that is huge. I think it was $2 only like 3 months ago or something. Something like that. It's gone up big. I'd agree. I think people have been curious about death and what happens after you die since the beginning of time. Kenny Biddle, Ghost Detective. Ooh, I like that. I do like that. Joe says, most of the stuff that is inside the Warrens Museum has nothing to do with any of the cases they have done. I think they have like 4 major items in the museum that are tied to their cases. Yeah, and there's still no evidence that items hold any paranormal energy, and I'll drink because I said it, but I did put quotes. It's just another theory, and I'm all for theories, and I want to say I'm fine with people trying new ideas. And even if you want to test apps or equipment like the Spirit Box or the REM Pod, I'm totally cool with it. All you need to do is set limits on the amount of time you can use the device for, and falsifiable, I shouldn't say falsifiable, and realistic metrics for success, right? So if I took a Spirit Box and I go, okay, I'm going to take the Spirit Box to 10 locations and I expect to get 20 messages that directly correlate to a question I ask immediately after I ask it. And I'm also going to need that to be higher than the percentage of questions that are answered incorrectly. Those are metrics you can actually test over a period of time. And then when you get to the end of your testing, if it doesn't hold up, you have to throw that device out, try something else, try something new. And I think for things like the Spirit Box, enough teams have used them for long enough that we should know that they are not working. They're not capturing proof of the paranormal, and we can move on to the next idea. And I have a video coming up very soon that's a new idea that I actually liked. And I think I have some pretty big critiques for the idea, but I liked that it was innovative. It was something I hadn't seen before. And I want to kind of promote that aspect of paranormal investigating. The word real shouldn't be used. I prefer experience. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, real is like puts it as like more of a fact in my mind, at least. Like, this is real. This is a fact. This truly happened. And I think that's too hard a line to draw for anecdotal stories. We can say, maybe it happened, but you're saying with too much certainty that an experience happened. Yep, totally agree with you, Joe. And some of them are pretty wacky. I think there was one that was like a baboon skull. I was like, what are these? We sell our crystals under the umbrella that they don't treat, care, or cure any ailments. Maiko, that's very good. Yeah, as long as you do that, as long as people aren't going in and expecting some kind of miracle cure, then I think by all means sell away, right? Even if it's not a theory, it's just a belief. Yep. Kenny says, real journalists should abide by ethical standards, which includes holding themselves accountable and transparent. Yeah. I find, in my mind, journalism should try to tell the truth, and that should be part of their code of ethics. Now, yeah, like Kenny said, you don't have to use it, but I do think that you need to be held to a higher standard than a lot of the other channels, and we'll see. I think I don't expect much change there, but we'll see. That's just a theory, a ghost theory. Hypothesis. Yes, you need to formulate a real hypothesis, a testable hypothesis, and you go in there and you perform, and then at the end, give the results and then move on, right? And what we're going to see is nothing's going to work because nothing has worked so far, but maybe somebody will get lucky and they'll figure it out of nowhere, right? I think the odds are low, but they're never zero. Yep. People have always kind of just thrown money to try to explain what happens after we die, right? It's such a fundamental question for people. It doesn't matter who you are. Like, you want to know. Maybe you don't, but most people, that is something we all think and wonder about. And it's not surprising that, this has been going on forever and may go on forevermore, right? Maybe we'll prove it, but I don't know. They raided my grandma's attic for the museum. Pedals, is that true? I wouldn't put that past the Warrens. I can see them. I see them more as people who would have gone to the flea markets and just been like, ooh, that's creepy. Because I do that, but I do it for my set behind me. I don't do it for I don't do it to profit. I just like them. I think they're cool items, but I don't try to say they're paranormal. Yeah, what voice to text really messed that one up. Well, it should have said was, it's not a theory, it's a belief. And now I don't even remember what it's about. Hey, that's half of everything I say on YouTube. I'll be like, I don't remember saying that. People's perception is complicated. Yep. Totally agree. Hey, Feral Goth Girl, welcome in. Good to see you. We have 2 goths in the chat right now. Hello. Kenny says, the Society of Professional Journalists have a code of ethics. It's a good method to follow. Ooh, I want to look into that. I want to read it after this, just so I understand, what should be considered good journalism versus improper journalism. At least, for the people who want to follow it. Channel's just not the same without MatPat. Those darn Warrens. Why I oughta. Warrens. I just want to know that I can haunt scammers and kick past cult leaders when I kick the bucket. Hey, I hope you can. I hope you haunt the shit out of those scammers. Before, YouTube and I got involved in the debunking community, one thing I was always passionate about, which I think translated really well for debunking, is scams. I hate scams with a passion you wouldn't believe. And I like to hate them. I just people would be like, why are you so upset? And I'm like, I'm not upset. I just genuinely hate people who scam and enjoy watching their downfall. And the Warrens have been an excellent case study in that. And I every Warren video that comes out, I watch it. Jealous, Feral Goth Girl. I'll get up there soon. Okay. Ed loved Halloween, and he loved Halloween props and masks. Right. So it's no surprise, right? It's no surprise where he got a lot of that stuff or why he made it. All right. Let's go to the next one. The debunking community is an echo chamber. I mean, you could kind of consider it an echo chamber in the same way any community tends to have a lot of the same talking points. But I think we do have enough discourse and disagreement within the community that I don't think we'd be considered an echo chamber. You have a lot of believers and people who believe in these kinds of devices within the community. And that's perfectly fine. And I'm happy to talk about it and have a conversation with people. And I think that kind of defeats a lot of the echo chamber conversation. I mean, I think we have a lot of great conversations. I think people disagree with me often, and they should. I'm not always right. Kenny's always right, as he always says. But other than Kenny, we're all down here just doing our best, right? And, I have had disagreements with Fantastique. I've had disagreements with all kinds of people. I've disagreed with Beardo. I've disagreed with Seg. It's part of it. And you know what? I still love their channels, obviously. And they still are, I would consider, peers. And I really like them. And I think they like me. I haven't asked them. It feels like a weird slide into Beardo's DMs and be like, hey, you up? Do you like me? Are we friends? But you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't think this is an echo chamber. I think we get a lot of differing opinions in here, and a lot of angry opinions from the outside as well that break through the echo chamber, if you would even call it that, right? Good night, Kenny. Hope you have a good one. Yep. We all disagree with Seg. Yeah, accurate. Yep, it's perfectly okay to disagree. Friday says, most echo chambers just repeat talking points without understanding the things they've said. For the most part, in this community, we understand the truth and stand by it. And that is an interesting point to make, because I think compared to a lot of echo chambers, or at least like negative echo chambers, they a lot of what their beliefs are, and I'm overgeneralizing. I should say that right now. Like, this isn't everybody. they have beliefs that aren't based in grounded science and fact. And I think for us, we do take the scientific approach, and we are grounded in reality. We're grounded in fact, and that's a great leg to stand on, right? It's a great leg to stand on. You got to come check us out, Mason. Aside from our paranormal history, Collingwood has an amazing history and architecture. Ooh, both things I love. I love history, and I do love architecture as well. I do need to get up there. I do. Pinky says, being able to disagree but also move past it is what matters. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to ostracize anybody for their opinions. Best way to start a conversation with Beardo is a photo of your foot. That's a great idea, Joe. I'll do that. I know you're leading me astray, Joe. I know it. You're not fooling me. It sparks great conversations. You're absolutely right, John. Absolutely right. Okay. Next one. I think we harped on that enough. Hopefully I'm not just repeating Sarah here, but I feel like I did agree with her for the most part. So there's a decent chance I'm just repeating her talking points. But I do recommend everybody go watch her video. I thought it was fantastic. I thought she did a great job, and it deserves more love. So, check it out if you haven't.
Oh, you can't debunk it.
QED. QE.
Debunkers can't debunk anything. They weren't there. Absolutely not true. Crow of Judas is a great example of this. For my Garnett House investigation, Crow of Judas was probably one of the biggest or the biggest resource I had for understanding the Garnett House before I went in. And he's 1,000 miles away from the Garnett House, never set foot in there. But he had so much information and showed me a lot of things that without him would have negatively affected my investigation. I wouldn't have been able to do as good of a job. He was critical in getting that understanding and that background on the house right. And he's 1,000 miles away. He's never stepped foot, and he doesn't investigate in the sense that he's there physically, but he's a fantastic investigator from afar. And to say that, that you cannot investigate, like you weren't there, you don't know what it's like, it's just not true. It's just not true. I don't even think I need to debate that hard as far as that one goes. Let me see. I feel like I got a lot of, it wasn't loading, so I just got a lot of comments all at once. For example, it's one thing to just say the DR60 is a bad recorder. That's true, but it's another thing to understand why it's so bad. Yeah, unshielded microphone. Unshielded microphone. Sorry, I'm weird. You're not weird, Raven. Oh, there's a big problem with debunkers doing videos on gear. They don't exactly know what they're talking about, but neither do the people that use them. That's an issue. I'd be curious, Joe, on kind of like what you mean. I don't see many people do debunks on gear other than like true debunks of gear. They might comment that the gear is faulty offhand, but there's not that many breakdowns. I'd be curious on like an example for that one without, the obvious of causing issues or anything, but I'm just curious. Normal is overrated. Being normal is boring, guys. It's fun to be weird. It is more interesting to be weird. All right. Like I will say it. I'm not that normal a guy. Most of my friends aren't doing this, but I think this is so important, and it's such an important, not just a piece of my life, but important to all of you and important to a large group of people. And I'm really glad that we've all kind of found each other here and can have these kinds of conversations. Maybe it's a good thing for others aside from ghost hunting. Raven, you aren't weird. You're unique. Normal is a social construct. Probably true. I don't get too philosophical with it, but I think you're right. There are instances where debunkers get something wrong and have no idea the layout of a location. Yeah. I don't want you to pick on them either. Yeah, like you can be wrong the same way that ghost hunters are wrong, and debunkers are often wrong. It's more about how you handle it after you're wrong that decides, in my opinion, whether what's the right way to put it? In my opinion, being wrong, it's bound to happen. It's going to happen to me. I haven't made that many videos yet, so it just hasn't happened yet, but it will. And when it does happen, it's all about how you handle it afterwards that matters. And that's kind of how I decide, whether I particularly like you or not, is how you handle being wrong. And if you can learn from it. I think that's the most important step. Obviously, don't be wrong too often. Do your research. Make sure you do a good job, a thorough job before you come out with a debunk. But we'll still get it wrong sometimes. It's a fact of life. You don't have to be there to debunk masking and editing. That's true. I am dog shit at that. I'm just going to say it. I am atrociously bad at detecting masks. I can see cuts and I can question them, but I'm also not the kind of debunker who's going to sit down and do that. It's just not my thing. And I think there are people a lot better at it. Mr. Gray is fantastic. Beardo does a good job. Real Evidence. We've got a lot of great guys who can break down those types of videos and get to the bottom of it. The issue with the DR60 is more of a memory block issue than a shielded microphone or unshielded. From what I've read and understand, it was an unshielded mic that causes the issue. But hey, I'm open to being wrong on that. I will say I have not gone too in depth, but I also think, no, that's what I think. I'm willing to back down on that, Joe. Crow tends to find great proof. He's careful not to make generalizations. Yep. He's fantastic. He always backs up his evidence. Compression. Okay, gotcha. I can see compression. Everyone I know who was involved in investigating has passed on or moved away. Oh, I'm sorry, Maiko. I hope you get some new investigators out in your area soon. There will be a new generation coming up soon. I'm sure of it. New generation of investigators and debunkers, hopefully. Not that we need them. I just, I always like to see more debunkers and more investigators, even if they're on the wrong side, I think they can be converted. Well, there was a debunker who said that lighting could set off the REM pod. No, lighting cannot, and I have literally proven that. Interesting. I don't want to comment on it without understanding the context, but like I said, debunkers can be wrong. And there are lots of ways to trigger a REM pod, no doubt. Whether lighting can, I kind of agree. I don't think lighting would off the top of my head, but I'd have to do a little bit more research. Raven, you are a diamond. Wayne's World of Rock Music is completely correct. Yep, always take in new information. Always, Sarah. Okay, let's go to the next point. Oh, okay. Fakers are just trying to make money. They have a business to run. Yeah, this kind of cope is weird. This is the same kind of cope where like people are like defending businesses that make bad decisions as well. Like when a company does some shady shit and they're like, well, companies got to make money. It's like, why are you defending them? Like, what is that quote from? If you've seen The Big Short, it's a very famous movie about the 2008 financial crisis. But there's a part where he's like, if you can afford to make less, make less. It doesn't excuse shitty business practices. And I think that's true of the paranormal world as well, right? You don't have a free excuse to do whatever you want in the name of making money, right? Like, that's just not how it is. That's just not how it is. Yeah. Okay. And are we done? We're done. Cool, guys. Well, that was fan-freaking-tastic video, Sarah. I thought it was great. Once again, if you haven't seen the video, check out our channel. And now we will relax, sip some apple juice, and just hang out. How is everybody doing? I will say I am over the moon, guys. Y'all's support and the new members. I mean, it's got me hyped up to give you guys some fantastic videos. I'll give a little spoilers for the people who show up for lives, just for you guys. Next video is going to have what do I want to spoil? I want to spoil it without spoiling it. Can I do that? It's gonna have a big emphasis on audio. All right. And it's gonna be something that you guys have not seen before. As far as like an investigation technique. Now, good or bad, I won't say. We'll get into that. But it'll be new and it's audio based. So that's the video that's coming out this week. Yeah. Let me see. Kenny did a great video on the DR60. I watched it, but to be honest, retaining all of it is tough. So typically before I do a video, I'll go and I'll make sure I rewatch that kind of thing. So I remember it, make sure I get my facts right. Yeah, real evidence does go deep. I'll have to check some of those out. Re-knowledge myself. Re-knowledge myself. That's not right, Mason. Come on. Do you have a video on the REM pods and lighting? I would love to watch it. I do not. I am curious about that video, though. I am very curious about that video. All right. I am going to full screen myself again. Let me see if I can do that. Sweet. Hey, everybody. My hair doesn't even look that bad. Look at me go. Look at me go, guys. And now I can move you back to being in front of me. It feels so much more personal. I don't like when I have to look at you guys from the side. It's too hard. Prism. How you doing? Okay. How far behind am I? Debunker's got to make money too. It's true. And, you know, for the most part, you know, debunkers get, well, I don't know. A lot of people here just do it more as a hobby or for the purpose of like money is good and it helps me make this channel better for you and better to get my message out there and the message of critical thinking. But it's not about money for me. I think for most debunkers, it's not about money. Again, there are instances where debunkers get something wrong, have no idea the layout. Yeah. I'm going backwards in time, aren't I? Yep, I went backwards in time. Sorry, guys. When I moved screens, it jumped. No wonder. I was like, I swear. I don't know about Ghost, but I'd be interested in the device makers and marketing. So it would just be the same for me. Yeah, Sweet Goth, I'm looking into one company right now that I think is very bad. That it's in my timeline for videos to come out in my game plan, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. But there are a lot of companies. I am back to full screen, Chris. Sorry for the delay. Biddle levels of skepticism. I like the term biddle levels of skepticism. I think we should coin that. Hey, Fear the Living, welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're having a great day. All right. Do I put the cowboy hat back on? Oh, I can take this off and put my cowboy hat. Hold on. And because it's the fun time of night, because we've done all our good debunking work, I get to have a little shot of apple juice. It's apple juice, YouTube. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me, YouTube. This is perfectly fine because it's apple juice. Spell it out in the chat for me, guys. Oh, that is how we do it in Texas. Let me fix my hat here. There we go. All right. The fun part of the night. Just kidding. It's all fun. I love getting to talk with you guys. It's the less serious part of the night where we just get to hang out. And I don't got to worry about what I say. Mr. Prism, welcome in, my first mod. It's Big Mason. Thank you. 2:37 a.m. here. Hey, Sarah, thank you so much for letting us watch that video. I thought it was fantastic. Thought you made some great points. Get some sleep. I did enjoy my apple juice. It was very good. I actually might get another apple juice here in a second. Fear the Living, welcome in. If I didn't say hello to you already. Who else we got? Yep. What am I drinking tonight? I am drinking a mix of apple juice that you just saw me shoot. And what is this? Malibu and like some kind of fruit punch thing. It feels wrong because I know I should drink whiskey, but I just didn't want to go to the store. I'll be honest. I would have drank the whiskey. I drank all of it a few days ago. So I've got a refill. I might have drank all of it on Kenny's birthday. I don't know if you guys remember that or not. Okay. Sweet God says, very interesting. Can't wait to see. Yep. I think marketing ghost hunting gear would be pretty easy. You have a physical device that is supposed to detect an invisible force that's only based on belief. It's incredibly easy. I could, like Beardo said, you could market a carrot, paranormal carrot. All you got to do is create a website, and I can whip one of those up in about 10 minutes, and you got yourself a new product. And as long as you say the carrots for entertainment only, you're free. You're home friggin' free, right? It's such a problem. Tornado sirens going off. Hey, get to shelter, Denise. Don't risk it. Hashtag apple juice. Thank you. Thank you, Friday. I'm sure I fooled YouTube with that one. Like marketing for haunted locations. Word of mouth gets around pretty quick. Product is great. The product is invisible. Yep. And even if the device breaks, right? This is what always gets me. The more the device breaks, the better it is for the paranormal teams that use them to claim that it's evidence, whether intentionally or unintentionally, right? So like a broken music box, for example, which like all of the music boxes are broken, all of them. They have this really weird tendency to just continue to go off forever and ever. I've seen it in so many investigations now, yet people still use them, and they're like, oh, what could this be? And it's like, well, you're using a known faulty device, so it's probably that the device is faulty. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell. Mine is actually literally apple juice. I could add some of the V to it. You should, Pinky, but no pressure, no peer pressure. Yes, I am. I've always been a cowboy, Fear. I'm a Texan, true-blooded, all right? Hold on. Let me give you guys my real voice. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be as reachable to a mass audience with a voice like this, so I changed it. But, I thought it was time I show you guys the real me. 100% authentic me. Apple juice, spelt W-H-I-S. Yeah, you're on the right track there, Mr. Wayne. You're on the right track. God, I hope so, Candy. If there is, I'm there. Right here. Get your guns ready, chat. Get them ready. 3, 2. Never follow the rules in a shootout. You might not be the most ethical, but you'll win, damn it. And I know that's probably not the right thing to say after everything I've already said tonight, but shit, your life's on the line. Win at all costs. Sorry, chat. You guys lost. Sorry. Apple juice, plenty of fiber. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not in it for the fiber. Yeah, that's about right, Dazzler. Okay. Shady businesses usually start with shady founders. The device creators would likely have gone to my gurus for business coaching. Now I'm more interested. Yep. Yeah, the shady founders are the most interesting characters in the story typically, and they are always some shady MFers. I could make ghost gadgets all day long and possibly make a killing, but I would hate myself for doing it. Yep, same. I had just had that conversation with somebody, and I was like, it would just sit so wrong for me to create like paranormal apps, which I could do very easily. Like these apps are not complicated whatsoever to make. Like I could realistically, if you gave me 2 weeks, I could have a fully functioning app ready for you guys. But I would never do it because I think it does nothing but promote, bad practices. So I don't, because I value the truth over money. And I hope, and I know you guys do as well. I hope in the future more teams kind of do that. But again, they're not all in it for the money, but the teams that are, like, come on. Don't you have enough? Why don't you spare a few bucks for the rest of us, right? Joe says, I would love to wear a cowboy hat. Problem is, they don't look good on me. So I just look like a fat guy wearing a cowboy hat that looks horrible on me. I'm actually, Joe, I worried about my cowboy hat look, but I think I'm pulling it off okay. I think I'm doing all right. But I bet you could pull it off too, Joe. I bet you could pull it off. There we go. Now you guys can't even say what I'm thinking. I guess I should let the mustache show. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Yeah, that's a good movie. Ooh, I'm going to watch that after this. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. That's a good movie. Shady Founders is a good channel name, Prism. You might be onto something there. Smaller brimmed hat. There we go. Hey, Joe, you're in business. You're in business, my friend. Yeah, this community is completely equipped to take advantage of the masses. We are just too bound by integrity. That damn integrity will get you, man. Hate that stuff. Laws from Oz. There's a company called butchering it, but Chimera Ventures LLC that will make ghost apps to order based on your audience preferences. Well-known ghost hunting team has used them. Yeah, again, it's like you don't even know what goes into making your own app at that point. You're just selling somebody else's software, and I don't like it. I waggle my finger at you. Don't do it. Do not do it. I'm so excited, guys. I don't want to spoil it, but you guys, okay. I do need some advice. So I've got most of the investigation footage for the Garnett house done. The bad news, I'm going to give you the bad news first. No, I'm going to give you the good news first. The good news is I love it. I think you guys are going to love it. The bad news is it's 2 freaking hours. It's 2 hours, and I cannot get it any shorter. And I'm trying to cope with what to do with that, because I hate when people make 2-hour-long videos without a good reason, but I feel like this has a good reason. To give you the full context. Like when I tried to cut it up further than that, I just couldn't, and I couldn't make it work. So, I could do a part 1, a part 2. I don't love that either. I kind of get annoyed with that. Like, why don't I just give it to you all at once? But I will leave it up to you guys. What do you think? Are you guys fine with a 2-hour video? I mean, pause it, come back later. Don't watch it in one sitting, damn. But like, I don't want to leave anything else out, because it cheapens the video. It cheapens the video. Somebody said I was Italian the other day, and I can't stop noticing my hands and how often I move them. They really, really, I hate when like something about me is becomes noticeable to me that I didn't notice, if that makes sense. I'm starting to go a little off my rocker. Hashtag cheap theremin cult. Oh, that's awesome. Ellie, comment of the day right there. Cheap theremin cult. I like that. I want to use that. I pretty much live in a sea of shady founders. Sweet Goth, I've got to look more into your channel. I've looked a little bit, but I gotta do a deeper dive. I think Joe should just tattoo his head. Okay. All right. That is a thought. Is it a good thought? I don't know. We'll leave it up to Joe. Joe, head tattoo. What are we thinking? Maybe. Mason could be mistaken for Billy the Kid. I doubt it. I doubt it, but I appreciate it, Wayne. No, he looks like a robber. Okay, all right. What, do I scream bandit? I can't be the good cowboy in the movie. I can't be the hero. I have to be the villain. You guys are begging me to create a ghost hunting app. That's all I'm hearing. That's all I'm hearing right now. You be careful. I just might do it. I won't do it. I can't. It would hurt my soul. It would hurt my soul in a way that I would not recover from. You're too clean to be a robber. Oh yeah, you should just see my car and you disagree. I'm one of those guys who like the rest of my life is okay, but my car is a fucking wreck. I can't get it together. You'd think I was a bandit at that point. If I had a wagon, I can guarantee you it would be rough. Rough. He needs a horse. That would help. Make it into 2 episodes. Okay, so Prism votes for 2 episodes. Entity 7 says if it's 2 hours, it's 2 hours. Pedal says, thank you for the membership. Yeah, whoever gifted Pedals the membership. Hopefully I'm seeing those. I think I am seeing them. I saw them in chat earlier tonight, so I'm assuming I've covered all my bases there. But I am new. So if you did become a member and I didn't reach out, please let me know and I will shout you out. Absolutely. Because it is, honestly, it's been so amazing to see the community support for this channel. And I said it earlier, but I'm going to say it again. All of the money right now that goes to this channel is going to one thing, and it's going to get us to more locations for more investigations, because I think that's what's important and really helps show not only this community, but people outside of the community that not everything they see is quite what you expect. And those tend to be my favorite videos to make for you guys. And I think they're the most impactful, if that makes sense. So that's where the money goes for now. If I change it, I will let you guys know, but that is literally, there is one purpose for that money right now. And that's what it is. So I really thank you guys so much. Everybody who showed their support, became a member. If you didn't, by all means, you do not need to become a member. But if you want to support the channel, that is the way to do it. Thank you so, so much to all of you. Hey, BRB, see you in a sec. 2 hours is good. Okay. Split into 2, better for your channel. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I'm really not sure. I'm not sure what would be better for the channel. Pinky says, I watch 2 hours. Hell, I'll watch Crow streams for 5 to 7 hours. Good point. By Crow standards, I'm still low, right? Like, I'm low on the time. I'm getting behind, aren't I? I'm getting behind because I said that a minute ago. People rewatch lives all the time, and they're almost always at least 2 hours. That's true. I'm usually like done right at the 2 hour mark, but I might go a little longer today. I'm kind of feeling it. I'm liking the conversations we're having. We did a very serious segment there, and now we're relaxing, chilling out. I might go about 30 minutes longer if I'm able. Right now, I think I am able. Yeah, but you guys have just been so supportive. I don't want to leave you right at the 2 hour mark. It's been an amazing live stream. If it's this channel, I'll sit through it. Maybe, probably. I'm pretty sure. I think. Accurate. That's the same thing I do. Fear the living. Don't worry. LOL-ish. Okay. Cowboy Mason does remind me of something. Interesting. Dreaded wheel of spinning apple juice lag. Ooh. Am I lagging? Am I lagging in real life here? Debunkers are the villains according to fakers. Yeah, according to the villains. Yeah, villains always have to justify it somehow, right? They got to justify their actions. They got to paint us out to be the bad guys. Sorry, the truth. These debunkers, they only care about one thing, the truth. Who even cares about that? Have you seen the money? Oh, you post on Instant. Okay. I think you should, Sweetgoth. I think you should. Yeah, I feel like I've seen some of your stuff on Instagram. Everyone is the hero in their own story. It's true. You can paint yourself to be the hero even when you're the most dastardly villain, right? It's just all about perspective. Put up a poll. I don't want to because then I have to really choose, and I'm still riding the fence, Denise. Like, I know I'm just going to decide at the end. I still got a little bit to add, and then I'm going to make a final decision after I watch it, like, completely finished. Then I'm going to watch it and go, okay, yeah, I have to split it up, or no, I don't have to split it up. Giselle, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the $10. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. God, I cannot thank you enough. And it's going to go to a great cause, promoting critical thinking and good investigative techniques to a wide audience. Working on it. Good, Sweetgoth. Yep. Absolutely fantastic, Giselle. Joe, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. I really appreciate you. If you haven't checked out Joe, you need to. I kind of figured you all do, but if you haven't, please go give him a sub and watch some of his stuff. It's really good. He is a thorough man. He is a thoroughbred. That's what I will say. Very thorough. Yeah. You both rock. Thank you guys so much. More views and higher retention. Yeah, that's probably true, Prism. That's probably true. We'll see. Yep. Thank you. Thank you, guys. It really means the world to me. Only 4 minutes behind the chat. I'm killing it. Thank you. Makes me feel better. Italian hands. Yep. Joe does know his stuff. Oh, okay. Cheers, guys. You know what? For donos, we take the apple juice straight from the source. For the donos. More comments. He's catching up. Yeah, I'm actively trying to. I want to be Beardo level good. Cheers, everybody. That one didn't go down as easy. That one hurt just a little bit. He's pretty good. That Joe, man, he's something special. Yes, thank you, Pinky, for dropping that in chat. I appreciate you. Oh, wow. Okay. Friday says, what experiment would you want to try if money were no object? I'd live in one of these places, man. You send me to 30 East Drive, and I'll live there for a fucking year. I don't care. I think that's the best way to show people that there's nothing to this in a lot of cases, right? Maybe there is something to 30 East Drive. Of all the places I want to investigate that might have some truth to the claims, I'd put my money on 30 East Drive because I know people who have been there that I do trust. But, you know, that being said, what I would do is I would live in the house and I would have 24/7 cameras everywhere. And I will somehow find a place where except maybe the bathroom, right? So we'll have it, the whole place will be rigged except the bathroom. 24-hour live stream. I just live there. You guys can all watch it. It'd be awesome. It would be awesome. And I'll test claims and I'll evaluate and I'll run experiments, but the ultimate experiment is just living there. Like the way that most people do. Because again, a big claim that investigators will make is like, oh yeah, well, it just didn't happen when you were there, but sometimes it's just hit or miss, right? But if I live there for a whole year and nothing ever happens, well, then it sounds to me like there's no hits. If that makes sense. I think that made sense. I don't think I'm quite that far yet. Did you see Mason drink down that cologne? It was good. It was some fruit flavored cologne. Quite good. Quite good. Joe. I'm not putting that one up, but random comment for apple juice break. You know what, Ellie? Because of your other comment, that was my favorite. Please put that back. Comment that on this live in the actual comment section because I want to remember that. I'm going to use it as a term. I also want to add, and I'm stealing this from the Mini Minuteman, by the way. If you haven't seen him, he's a fucking amazing debunker of archaeology. But he uses the tomb. Wow, maybe I am there. He uses the term Google debunker, and I love that term. Google debunker is so good. I just think like originally the term Google debunker came from a conspiracy theorist who used it to discredit people who just Google like fact checked him. Like that was it. Like he was like, oh, they're fact checking me, these Google debunkers. But they were doing the bare minimum work to disprove him. And all it took was a quick Google search. And I think it's interesting because it's kind of the same for us. Like I sit here, but anyone can do what I do. I'm not the smartest. I'm not the strongest. I'm not probably the most personable, but I just do it. And a lot of what I do is just research and knowing how to, sift through Google, get good, hard facts, look at scholarly articles, but there's not much more to it than that. And to use Google debunkers as a negative slang is so funny. And it's been flipped on its head now. And it's a positive term for him. He calls everybody Google debunkers, all of his subscribers and followers. And it's such a fun thing. I want a term like that, Anyways, cheers, Ellie. Sorry about that ramble right there. Cheers. Oh. Okay. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. We all do love Joe, Chris. By the way, sorry that you are not modded. You are a mod. I can't do it on StreamYard for some reason. I didn't realize that. But I'll go back through YouTube and make you a mod. Puts hairs on your chest. You damn right it does. I've heard cold apple juice goes down better. I wouldn't know. This has been sitting in a bucket in my room for a while now. It's just here, I'll show you. There's a bucket. And I just take one out and I chug her. That's all there is to it. You kind of remind me of Buster Scruggs. I'll take that as a compliment, Prism. Thank you. What did I miss? Are you guys making fun of me? You're banned. You're blocked. Okay. Let's see. Back in the early 2000s, there used to be locations that ran security cameras 24/7 and they were live streamed. Nothing was ever captured. You know what, Joe? I used to watch them. I was like 10, 11 years old, and I used to watch them. And I never saw anything myself, but I always thought it was interesting that they stopped. And I think the reason is because they figured out it was better to just say it was haunted than try to prove it. Which is true of a lot of the locations these days. My hat, I messed up my hat with those shooters. There we go. Yeah, but if you get fact checked by a simple Google search, yeah, it was because he was making shit up. He was just spouting utter nonsense. Yeah. 9:02. How far? Okay, I'm only 3 minutes. Apple pie break for number 2. You Wayne. Cheap theremin Colt in the comments after the live. Yep. It will cost you. Ellie, I was ahead of the game. I didn't even see this comment, but I thought it was worth the shot. That's funny. I didn't even realize. I might be psychic. Did we just figure out that I'm an actual psychic? Oh my God, this changes everything. Should I flip? Should I turn to the dark side, you guys? Use my psychic powers? I remember that craze. A few of the 24/7 streamers started to fake stuff. Yeah, who was faking? I'm out of curiosity. I don't remember anybody outright faking that got caught, but I do remember the phase, and it was actually better than it is now for a lot of locations. Like at least, well, I mean, at least most of them weren't faking, and they were just showing that nothing happens. Right? It just came out. You're right. A chugger in a bucket. Yep. In a bucket. Yep. Chris says, you have a good personality and you come across really great, even if you are going to slur soon. I'm actually doing pretty good tonight. Usually I'm slurring much harder by this point, but I'm learning this new idea. All right. And stick with me, you guys. Investigator Bob told me about it the other day. It's called moderation. I never heard of it, like not once. And he says it's like a way where you start drinking, but you slow down so that you're not too drunk too early, and you just kind of pace yourself. Foreign concept to me, but I'm working on it. I think so far it's going okay. But thank you, Chris. Jokes aside, thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you guys like my personality, and I'm coming across okay. My girlfriend always said that I would be good for this because I'm very expressive, and I always have been, which is both a blessing and a curse, because on YouTube it helps because you guys can tell how I feel about things, but in real life I cannot hide how I feel about things. So my reactions a lot of times are too genuine when I probably need to hide how I feel about either people or situations, and usually gets me in trouble. But here it's a good thing. So I thought you couldn't take Google at face value. You can't, but it's still better than a lot of the nonsense that's spewing. Now, what I do like is Google Scholar. Google Scholar has good resources. I'll recommend that. But it's always important, again, when you read an article, to ask yourself about the motive, right? Why would they write this article? Do they have any connections to either side? I still do that for everything I research. Yeah, if Google can prove you are wrong and really prove it, then yeah, damn, you really must be making some shit up. Yeah. Kenny has a very effective psychic test if you'd like to stream it live. Ooh, I would like to, Fear. Where do I find it? I don't know if we'll do it tonight, but I'll definitely do it. Oh, I've seen his psychic test. I've seen it, but I want to do that. Like, I know Seg already did it, but shit, I kind of want to get shocked. I kind of like it, So it's not a punishment for me, but I still want to do it. because I think I'm going to be the guy. I'm going to be the guy who passes the psychic test. I'm going to claim my $500,000, and then I'm going to buy one of these locations with it. There we go. There we go. And I'll live there. Ellie says, you get psychic credit. No extra shot required. I like your content and your liver. Thank you. I can. Okay, people do worry. So I have seen the comments. And some people have commented and they're like, you know, he drinks, right? But I do actually pay attention to how much I drink. And I only pretty much drink on these lives and maybe like one other day out of the week, maybe. I'm a casual drinker. I do it on stream and I do it when I go hang out with friends, but I'm not sitting here all the time, you know. Some people were worried about me. I promise you do not need to worry. I do it in moderation, even if I pretend that I don't know what moderation is. Just for the record, let the record show that I do know. Bob is a sniper with facts. I love that I'm able to talk to Bob and like bounce ideas off of him, because I will say this. I'll say this. I say it all the time. Bob is smarter than I am. And I like not being the smartest person in the room, because it helps with, you know, getting ideas, bouncing ideas off of somebody else who doesn't necessarily have my same opinion. Like I've said, Bob is a hard skeptic. I'm not nearly as hard a skeptic as Bob is. And it's good to bounce ideas off of him because he can give me opinions I wouldn't otherwise think of. And obviously he's just smart. So sometimes he sees things that I don't. And yeah, it's been awesome having Bob do this with me. Drink in moderation since when? Since now. Cheers, everybody. Moderation. 20 years ago. We should absolutely play poker, Prism. I'd be down for a poker night. I believe it or not, I used to be really into the online poker scene back in the day. I would play like 2 or 3 tournaments a day. Like I was, especially when I was in college, like that would be all I was doing during class. But also study hard. Moderation isn't strong in Glasgow either. Awesome. Good. I'm glad we have other people. Damn, dude, you're still live? Crow, shut up. Shut up. Dude, I had to work. I had to work hard just to catch one of your lives. I'm staying up. I'm like, Mason, if you go to bed now, he's going to go live in an hour. You just know it. And sure enough, you did. You did. Quick live, I promise. Yeah, right, Crow. Come on. Click comment bait right there. That's what that is. Good to see you, Crow. I'm glad you're here. Feral Goth Girl says, I have that problem with my face sometimes. LOL. I forget to fix my face before returning to public facing work. Yeah. Like it'll be like someone has an idea at work and I just cannot hide how much I dislike it. Or like when I do like it, and I probably need to be more like moderate. I just show way too much. Yeah, Prism. What time is it for you? It's got to be late. Dang, it's got to be late. Oh, you know what? Actually, let me do this real fast. Let me do this while I'm thinking about it. Sorry, that was a comment for myself. That's why I work in a hangar, not in public areas. Oh, that's cool. What do you do, Michael? He likes to paint. Crow, that was good timing for you to show up right when I would say something like that. Huh? Right when I would say something like that. What are the odds? Okay, let's do this. Make sure this isn't going to play out loud and cause an echo. It's not. And then now I can find, sorry, there's Chris Williams. Wait, what the heck? Why can't I? Why can't I mod you? Okay, I can't worry about this right now. Anyways, sorry guys. I will figure it out later. Hey Chris, if you can actually comment on this video, that'll help me out a lot. I can go find it and make you a mod that way. I think Mason accidentally overshared there. Yeah, that's my bad. That was an overshare. Overshare. I actually just don't mind being shocked. Like, it just doesn't bug me. You know, like I've touched the electric fences and stuff. They're not too bad. Plus, I also it takes a secure man to admit he wants to be shocked by the Biddler. It's true, I do. Shock me, Kenny, please. So what? Kenny drinks on his Friday lives? Yeah. Everybody drinks. It's more about like I just want people to, you know, I don't want people to worry, right? Hey, good night, Wayne. Have a good one. Thank you for hanging out. It's been awesome. It's been awesome. In which state is the city of moderation located? Oh, that's a good question. I can tell you where it's not. It's not in Minnesota. Those dudes. Have you seen the map of like people who drink by state? It's like a dot plot map, and like you have the rest of the states, and they all are like pretty similar, or like you have different areas that drink more, and then Minnesota is like black because it's just everybody. It's awesome. It's awesome. I kind of want to go up there and just see what they're like. Joe's here. Lame. I haven't played online poker in years. It's so fun. Online poker, it might be my downfall. We'll learn. We'll do a poker learning stream, and then we'll play. So we'll teach everybody first. Crow Eyes ends his life the moment I come in. I think the same thing. $10.13 here. Yeah, $9.17 for me. All right. I'm not dressed up for this. I'm a Texan, Crow. I'm a Texan. This is the normal getup for a Texan. Don't you know? I cannot believe you would say that to me. I don't know what they do over there in Florida, but this is the look. I always dress like this. Look at my other lives, but don't actually look or fact check that. If you Google debunk me, you're in trouble, Crow. Fun thing called insomnia and a mix of other problems. Yeah, I do get insomnia pretty bad. I'm proving I'm a Texan. Okay, guys? I'm proving it. And if you guys don't believe me, then I'll go British next. Ken, welcome in. I hope you're having a good one. That's not how we do things down here, Crow. That's not how we do it. We're gentlemanly. We're gentlemanly down here in Texas, Crow. Shocked by Kenny is fine, Mason. Are you willing to eat a mayo hot dog for Crow? Ooh. You're right, Ellie. I am, actually. I would do it for Crow. Me and Crow, yeah, like, I really like Crow, you guys. He's been an excellent, not only resource, but me and him talk a lot, and he's a great guy. Sorry to get a little corny here, but what can I say? I like the guy. He's cool. I would eat a mayo hot dog, even though I fucking hate mayo. It's terrible. It's terrible stuff. Don't recommend. Just a regular hot dog, though. And maybe I need to make that clear. Bang. Mason, you have VR. I do not. I do not have VR. R&B says I'm not a Texan. That's okay. You can still cowboy cosplay. You're banned. Is it time to go ban happy? It's part of my hair. Yeah, it's actually connected. You don't hear the accent. Yeah, it's because well, I keep turning it off and on. Okay. Mayo dogs are good. I don't get to hate. Mason has to do the mayo, no the dog. Has to do mayo, no the dog live. Yeah, I'll do it. I was already planning it behind the scenes, but not a true fan. I will, Crow. I'll do it for you. Miracle Whip. All right, Ken. All right. I don't know about that. I'm drawing the line in the sand. I ain't having no Miracle Whip on my hot dog. No, I'm not doing it. Yeah, allergies are fine. Yeah, you're excused, Chris. Oh, you're talking about VR poker. Okay. Yeah. That would be fun, but yeah, I don't have VR, so I don't do the VR poker stuff. Ooh, I'm catching up, guys. I'm catching up to chat. There we go. Look at me go. As long as you don't hate on my NYS old school dude. Okay. I don't think I would. Okay, shut up, Crow. I was being nice. I was being nice, damn it. Is this what I get? Is this the kind of thanks I get? Where's the... I was looking for the side-eye guy mask. I feel like I could do his voice. That's the next stream. I'm going to be British. Just cover all of the fan bases, and then I'll do Australian. Not saying that side-eye guy is like British, but that's the next one I want to do because I can do that accent okay. I think I do it okay, but look, I don't really know if that means a lot. Maiko, Mason, take care, man, and congrats on the monetization. Got to start the commute home. Hey, Maiko, take it easy. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the channel. It means the world to me, guys. Maiko is our first member. All right. That is so crazy. I'm so thankful for all of you guys and for such a great community. God, it's insane. And now we already have, I don't know how many members we have. I'll have to check, but like 8 or 9 at least. I mean, I'm so thankful. Have a good trip, Mike. Hope you're safe. Get home safe. Yeah, Seg is from the UK, but he lives in Australia. So I feel like his accent he's been there a long time, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's from the UK, but he starts to sound Australian because he's lived in Australia a long time. Unless I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that was the case. Veganese on a veggie dog. What is veganese? I'm curious. What am I missing? To be clear, hot dog. I eat a mayo dog for Crow. Okay, good. Good. I'm glad you would. All right, we ready for the British? I don't know if I can just pull it out. I got to wait for the right moment. You don't think he sounds Aussie at all? I feel like it sounds a little Aussie. Maybe not. I could be off my rocker. Hey, Prism, have a good one, man. Really appreciate you stopping by. I know it's late as hell for you, so no worries. No worries at all. Okay. It's a live stream stretching time. Oh. Okay. What do you guys think? You think I can be the next Brit in the debunker world or what? Wait, I got to think about this. I don't think I'm doing it right. No, maybe I am doing it right. Fuck, I don't know. Now I'm all in my head about it. I can't decide what I'm doing. Hey, good night, Prism. I hope you have a good one. See, now I feel like I'm overdoing it though. I have trouble. I'll have trouble. You say I'm doing Aussie now, but I don't think so. I feel like Aussies have a more like a more it sounds like country, more country than I'm doing now. Okay, second person says I'm doing Aussie. I'm really curious what you guys think. I don't know. I could try to make it like a little bit more. I'm trying to think of who I can sound like the most. Maybe like Mike from. No, I said Mike wrong. I said Mike like an Aussie. I heard it on that one. Yeah. Shit. I'll work on it. Somewhere in between. Yeah, I have a problem with mixing them. Yeah, Seg lives in Queensland, but to this Australian, he still sounds British. Yeah. I'm mixing them up. I'll have to work on it. I will have to work on it. Listen to us, Mason. We know best. You guys do know best. You know better than me. Okay. I think, guys, I'm going to call it a night. We went a little bit long tonight, and I've got to get ready for work in the morning. But I just want to say again, thank you guys so much for everybody who became a member tonight, everybody who hung out and just had a good time hanging out with me. It really means the world that y'all show up and support me and support this community at large. I hope everyone had a good time. I hope this was a good stream for you guys and not just for me. But I am so grateful not only to be a part of this community, but for your support. It means a lot to me. Have a great night, everybody. And I will see you guys soon. I will have a video out this week and probably the week after. So a lot of stuff's coming up very soon, but I wanted to hop on and just hang out with you guys for a little while. And Chris says this was fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you guys. It really means the world to me. All right. Y'all have a great night, and I will see you guys later. All right. Oh, what am I doing? I always forget to do this. I'm going to say thank you to everybody who's in chat real fast. I do this every time. All right. Crow of Judas, thank you so much for stopping by. Friday House, as always, thank you. Be sure to hit that like button. We got Chris Williams. We got Ken. We got John. Fear the Living. We've got Pinky. Dazzler. Chris Williams, which I think I already said. Scared Little Raven. My Crow. Sarah Bobera. We've got Denise. We've got RNB. Sweet Goth. We've got Ellie, who probably had the comment of the night. Thank you so much. Go full-blown redneck Texan. Well, I'm not sure I can do full-blown redneck Texan. Sorry. Laws from Oz, thank you so much for stopping by. Feral Goth Gal. And everybody else who either lurked or showed up for the stream tonight. Thank you guys so much. It means the world to me. Stay tuned. We've got a lot coming up, and I am so excited to show you what I'm working on. So have a great night, and I will see you guys later. All right, bye.